Yes,
Yes,
strange.
perhaps.
Dark
One
and
assumed
best, and the
all
dark
doubt,
the worst,
all pain,
till
some might
all
say.
dark
All as if
and all
never
well
be.
the time, but
It will come.
will
Shade
come.
on.
The
Pardon.
time
Shade.
will
No
come. The
sense in this.
thing is
Oh,
there.
I
You'll
know.
see it.
Nonetheless.
Get
But I
off
doubt it.
you. Keep
I doubt it.
looking
Not
all
really.
dark,
One assumed
all
I'm alright.
pale,
Not
all
alright.
over, wiped out.
Do my best all I can. Never been.
I said to him,
We were not
give
long together.
her up. I said to him, give her up. I said to him, give her up. I swore by all I held most sacred.
One morning, as I was sitting, stitching by the open window, she burst in and flew at me. Give him up, she screamed. He's mine. Her photographs were kind to her. Seeing her now for the first time full length in the flesh, I understood why he preferred me.
We were not long together when she smelled the rat. Give up that whore, she said, or I'll cut my throat. Pardon. I knew she could have no proof, so I told her I did not know what she was talking about.
What are you talking about? I said. Someone yours? Give up who? I smell you off him, she said. He stinks of bitch.
I had him dogged for months by a first-rate man. No shadow of proof was forthcoming, and there was no denying that he continued as assiduous as ever. This and his horror of the merely platonic thing made me sometimes wonder if I was not accusing him unjustly.
What have you to complain of? I said. Have I been neglecting you? How could we be together the way we are now if there was someone else? Loving her as I did with all my heart, I could not but help but feel sorry for her.
Fearing that she was about to offer me violence, I ran for Erskine and had her shown out. Her parting words, as he could testify if he was still living and could remember, coming and going on the earth, showing people in and out, were to the fact that she would settle my hash. I confess that this did alarm me a little at the time.
She was not convinced. I smell her off you, she kept saying. There was no answer to this. So I took her in my arms and swore I could not live without her. I meant it, what is more. Yes, I'm sure. She did not repulse me.
Judge then of my astonishment when one morning, as I sat stricken in the morning room, he slunk in, fell on his knees, buried his face in my lap, and confessed.
She put a bloodhound on me, but I had a little chat with him. He was glad of the extra money.
Then why didn't you get out? I said when he started moaning about his home life. There's obviously nothing between you anymore. Or is there?
I must confess my first feeling was one of wonderment. What a male.
Anything between us, he said. What do you take me for, a something machine? And of course with him no danger of the spiritual thing. Then why didn't you get out? I said. I sometimes wondered if he was not living with her for her money.
The next thing was the scene between them. I can't have her crashing in here threatening to take my life, she said. I must have looked incredulous. Ask Erskine if you don't believe me. But she comes here threatening to take her own, I said. Not yours, she said. No, I said hers. We had fun trying to figure this out.
Then I forgave him. To what will love not stoop? I suggested a little jaunt to celebrate, to the Riviera or our darling Grand Canary. He was looking pale, peaked, but this was not possible just then. Professional commitments.
She came again, just strolled in, all honey, licking her lips. Poor thing. I was doing my nails by the open window. He told me all about it, she said. Who he? I said, filing away, and what it? I understand the torture you must be going through, she said. I just dropped in to say I bear you no ill feeling. I rang for Erskine.
Then I got frightened and made a clean breast of it. She was looking more and more desperate. She kept a razor in her vanity bag. Adulterers, take warning. Never admit.
When I was satisfied that it was all over, I went to have a gloat, just a common tart, what he could have found in her when he had me.
When it came again, we had it out. I felt like death. He went on about why he had to tell her, too risky and so on. That meant he had gone back to her, back to that.
Pudding face, puffy, spots, jowls, no neck, dug as you could.
He went on and on. I could hear a mower, an old hand mower. I stopped him and said whatever I might feel had no silly threats to offer, not much stomach for her leavings either. He thought that over a bit.
Calves like a flunky.
When I saw her again, she knew. She was looking wretched, pardon. Some fool was cutting grass. A little rush, then another. The problem was how to convince her that no revival of intimacy was involved. I couldn't. I might have known. So I took her in my arms and said I could not go on living without her. I don't believe I could have.
The only solution was to go away together. He swore we should as soon as he had put his affairs in order. In the meantime, we were to carry on as before. By that he meant, as best we could.
So he was mine again, all mine. I was happy again. I went about singing the world.
At home, all heart to heart, new leaf and bygones, bygones. I ran into your ex-doxy, she said one night on the pillows. You're well out of that. Rather uncalled for, I thought. I am indeed, sweetheart, I said. I am indeed. God, what vermin woman. Thanks to you, Angel, I said.
Then I began to smell her off him again. Yes.
When he stopped coming, I was prepared. More or less.
Finally, it was all too much. I simply could no longer.
Before I could do anything, he disappeared. That meant she had won. That slut, I couldn't credit it. I lay stricken for weeks. Then I drove over to her place to find it all bolted and barred, all frozen with grey dew.
I simply could no longer.
I made a bundle of things and burnt them. It was November and the bonfire was going. All night I smelt them smoldering.
To say I am.
When first this changed.
Mercy.
When first this
Yeah.
changed.
Mercy.
To say I am.
When first this change. When first this change, I actually thanked God. I thought it is done, it is said. Now all is going out.
Mercy, mercy. Tongue still hanging out for mercy. It will come. You haven't seen me, but you will. Then it will come.
To say I'm not disappointed. No, I am. I had anticipated something better, more restful.
Or you will weary of me.
Down, all going down into the dark. Peace is coming, I thought, at last. After all, I was right after all. When first this changed.
Less confused, less confusing. At the same time, I prefer this to the other thing. There are endurable moments.
I thought.
When you go out and I go out, one day you'll go out and tire of me for good.
Hellish half-light.
Peace, yes, I suppose, a kind of peace. And all that pain as if never been.
Give me up as a bad job and go away and start poking and pecking at someone else. On the other hand,
Get off me! Get off me!
It will come, must come. There is no future in this.
On the other hand, things may disapprove. There is that danger.
Oh, of course I know now.
Is it that I do not tell the truth? Is that it? That one day when I tell the truth, then there will be no more light at last for the truth.
You might get angry and blaze me off my wits, mightn't you?
I know now all that was just
Play.
And all this. When will all this...
Is that it?
Mightn't you?
And all this. When will all this have been...
Just play.
I can do nothing for anybody anymore. Thank God. So it must be something that I have to say, how the mind works still.
But I doubt it. It would not be like you somehow. And you must know I am doing my best. Or don't you?
Perhaps they have become friends. Perhaps sorrow.
But I have said all that I can, all that you've let me, all that I...
Perhaps sorrow has brought them together.
No doubt I make the same mistakes as when it was the sun that shone, of looking for saints, where possibly there's none.
Perhaps they meet and sit over a cup of that green tea they both so loved, without milk or sugar, not even a squeeze of lemon.
Are you listening to me? Is anyone looking at me? Is anyone bothering about me at all?
Not even a squeeze of...
Is it something that I have to do with my face other than utter? Weep?
Am I taboo, I wonder? Not necessarily now that all danger's averted. That poor creature, I can hear her. Poor creature.
Bite off my tongue and swallow it. Spit it out. Would that placate you? How the mind works still, to be sure.
Meet and sit, now in the one dear place, now in the other, together sorrow and compare. Pardon. Happy memories.
If only I could think, but there's no sense in this. Either. None whatsoever. I can't.
That poor creature who tried to seduce you. Whatever became of her, do you suppose? I can hear her. Poor thing.
Personally, I always preferred lip tints.
And that all is falling, all fallen from the beginning on empty air. Nothing being asked at all. No one asking me for anything at all.
And they might even feel sorry for me if they could see me, but never so sorry as I for them.
I can't.
Kissing their sour kisses.
I pity them in any case. Yes, compare my lot with theirs, however blessed and...
I can't. The mind won't have it. It would have to go. Yes.
Pity them.
What do you do when you go out? Shift?
Am I hiding something? Have I lost?
She had means, I fancy, though she lived like a pig.
Like dragging a great roller on a scorching day. The strain. To get it moving. Momentum coming. Kill it. And strain again.
Have I lost the thing you want? Why go out? Why go?
And you perhaps pitying me. Thinking, poor thing. She needs a rest.
Why go down? Why not?
I don't know.
Perhaps she has taken him away to live somewhere in the sun. Perhaps she is sitting somewhere by the open window, hands folded in her lap, gazing down out over the olives.
Why not keep on glaring at me without ceasing? I might start to rave and... Bring it up with you. Pa.
No.
Den.
Gazing down out over the olives, then by the sea, wondering what could be keeping him growing cold. Shadows stealing over everything, creeping. Yes.
To think, We were never together.
Am I not perhaps a little unhinged already?
Poor creature, poor creatures.
Never woke together on a May morning, the first to wake the other two, and then in a little dinghy.
Penitence, yes, at a pinch atonement. One was resigned, but no. It doesn't seem to be the point either.
I say, am I not perhaps a little unhinged already? Just a little? I doubt it.
A little dinghy.
Silence and darkness were all that I crave. I get a certain amount of both, they being one. Perhaps it is wickedness to pray for more.
A little dinghy on the river, me resting on my oars, them lolling on air pillows in the stern sheets. Such fantasies.
Hellish half-light.
A shade gone. Just a shade in the head. But I doubt it.
We were not civilized.
A shade gone in the head. Just the shade.
Dying for dark, and the darker the worse. Strange.
Such fantasies, then and now.
I doubt it.
Yes, and you will see it there, all there, staring you straight in the face. You will see it. Get off me! Oh, weary.
I doubt it.
And now that you are just mere eye looking at my face on and off.
Weary of playing with me. Get off me! Yes.
Looking for something in my eyes, some truth in my face. Am I as much mere eye, no mind, opening and shutting on me? Am I as much? Am I as much as being seen?
Yes, perhaps
Yes, peace. One assume, all out,
the
all
world,
the pain,
all
all as if
all
never
well,
been.
the
It
time,
will come.
but it will come.
In the head.
The time will come. The thing is
No
there.
sense in this. Oh, I
Yes, but
know.
all dark,
Nonetheless,
all still.
one assumed
It's
peace, I
all
mean,
all
not
right.
merely all over,
Do my best.
but as if
out.
never been.
I said to him,
We were not long
give
together.
her up.
Am I as much as being seen?
I said to
One
him,
We were
morning.
not long
give
together.
her up.
We were not long together.